open, so we had to pull our staff in. So we were not allowing ingress for a period of time. Egress was allowed throughout the whole time for those folks that felt like they wanted to get out of the facility, get back to their car, find whatever they needed to do to feel like they were safe through the big rain, if you saw it, and the lightning that we had. We fortunately did not have as much lightning as we thought we might. However, we did have enough that I think we made the right decision, giving our fans the opportunity to get out of the grandstands and not feel panicked to get there. So that's the good news of where we are from today. The other good news is, with this passing storm, we are hopeful that we can restart or start the Indianapolis 500 here shortly this afternoon, and hopefully get the entire race in. Our plan all along has been to try and get the Indianapolis 500 in today, and I believe that we are on track to do that. So we will get started with our trucks shortly. You'll hear the jet dryers firing up shortly after that, and then the Air Titans will also be out on track. I noted that we dried the track pretty quickly last week. Right now, after talking to our team, I think we're going to try and get it done in about 2 hours. Hopefully it's quicker than that, but that's what we're looking at right now. If you were here when the storm started, the rain was pretty significant in a short period of time, which means we'll have some puddling throughout the racetrack that they'll have to deal with, and it'll begin to look really dry, and then we'll find places where we're gonna have to spend a little more time trying to get it dried. As it relates to all the pre-race ceremonies that our fans expect so much, we will start doing some of the elements that we weren't able to do because I had everybody leaving shortly after 11, about 11:15. So video elements, some of the other storytelling that we do as we lead into race day, and then when we get to those pre-race elements that are so important to the Indianapolis 500, especially since it is Memorial Day weekend, the military segments will continue to be there, so you will expect to see the presentation of colors, invocation, taps, national anthem, back home again in Indiana, and obviously the command and start engines for this year's Indianapolis 500, and including the flyovers. We just had an opportunity to talk to our friends at the Thunderbirds, and they're on the way off to the airport to get set so that they can do that double flyover here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway like we've had over the last few years, coming north to south, and then again coming east to west. So it's a good day, I hope. I hope we can get this going. We did check in with our friends in law enforcement to make sure that they were comfortable with this process. Everybody seems to be on board. It's one of the great things about this community is how we all work together and communicate together to put on the world's largest single-day sporting event. And in Indianapolis, as you all know, and we've shown it all year long, starting with the NBA All-Star Game, working through our first round of the NCAA tournament, Caitlin Clark coming here, the Eclipse, the Indianapolis 500, the USA Swimming Championships coming up. We do big events well here in Indianapolis, and it's really because of the communication. But the biggest thank you, I think, two of them, that I want to give for each of you for helping us communicate the challenging day to your readers, your listeners, your viewers, as we've managed through this first round of storms, but mostly to the Indianapolis 500 fans who, many of them stuck it out underneath the grandstands and in their cars, and some of them actually playing out in the rain. So it is really because of them that we get to do this. Another item, the snake pit. We actually closed the snake pit at the same time when we were having people come out of the grandstands. We actually had all of those folks in the snake pit actually leave the venue because of the staging and the other things that are up there. We wanted to make sure we don't have any wind incidents. We have sent them back into the snake pit, and Excision will start at 3 o'clock to get playing. So one of the bands, Dom Dalla, is unable to stay with us just because of the timing, but we'll get 4 of the 5 bands in, and the number 1 band, Excision, will be in there. I know a lot of you are like, Doug, you like Excision. But that's the band that'll play, so we're excited about that, so ready to go. And then sort of as an extra gift, I guess, to our community, as we know, a lot of people come here and expect to be able to leave the Indianapolis Motor Speedway sometime around 3:30 or 4 o'clock when the Indianapolis 500 is completed, to go home and relieve babysitters or get ready for what they're doing on Monday, or to get ready to watch the broadcast, the delayed broadcast on Sunday night at home. We've talked to our friends at NBC and at WTHR, and sometime prior to the last elements of the pre-race ceremony, WTHR will broadcast this year's Indianapolis 500 live for those fans who could not stay or felt too wet and decided to go home. So we're excited to do that, and thank you to our friends at WTHR and NBC for working with us to make that happen. Also want to give a big shout out to Radio 1 and everybody at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway radio network, which is an unbelievable way to experience the race. And when we're not broadcast live, it is the only way to hear it live for all that they do. Many of our fans in the grandstands, we communicated to them as we were going through this through the radio network, and it's a really powerful way to explore the Indianapolis 500. And we want to thank them for continuing to broadcast here and be such a good partner. But that's really all we've got right now. Timing-wise, we're just going to do the best we can to get this thing dried and try and get things started. We'll keep you updated on track. I think you'll start to see it lightening up here pretty quickly. And with that,
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.